5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
This is About Space, America's return to space, with news and information on our U.S. space program. Is your host of About Space, David Denal.
Welcome and thanks for joining me today. And from all of us here at About Space Today, we hope that your hometown is finally beginning to open its shops and restaurants safely. America will be great again. In the past few weeks, I've received some questions about tours to the International Space Station, as, quote, NASA Administrator continuously mentions space tourism. And I think I've got your answer. During our program on January 14th, NASA announced the space station was open for commercial business, including space tourism. What about a holiday in space? Get a pen and paper ready to write down the cost for your trip to space. Here's more from NASA.
Fancy a holiday in space? The International Space Station is now open for business. According to the BBC, NASA will be opening the International Space Station to commercial ventures, including space tourism. Starting 2020, there will be 2 private space missions per year, each for stays of up to 30 days. Travelers will be ferried to the ISS by 2 companies hired by NASA, SpaceX using its Crew Dragon capsule, and Boeing with the Starliner it's currently building. These companies would choose the clients and be responsible for determining crew composition and making sure the private astronauts meet the medical and training requirements for spaceflight. The LA Times reports that apart from a $58 million round-trip ticket, tourists will need to pay $35,000 each day spent at the station. Use of the station's toilets and life support system costs $11,250 per day, while the daily charge for crew supplies such as food, air, and medical supplies is $22,500.
Well, space tourism will probably be limited to the size of your wallet. Our series of Return to the Moon to Stay continues next on About Space Today. Are you ready to fly away on a dream vacation? For cruises and all-inclusive resort vacations, call D&D Cruise and Tours at 877-747-8631. That's 877-747-8631. And see us on Facebook, D&D Cruise and Tours, where your dreams become a reality.
When was the last time you did something for the first time? Discovered water that was 20 shades of blue. Where a butler served you cocktails on a beach. Ever dined in Paris one night and in India the next? Or the last time you felt like this? Sandals Resorts. With everything included, there's a first time for everything.
In 1916, President Woodrow Wilson established the National Park Service to protect the nation's 35 existing parks and monuments. Now, the National Park System comprises more than 400 different sites covering 84 million acres across the U.S. Everything from the beauty of the Badlands in South Dakota to smaller sites that offer close-to-home recreational opportunities. The NPS invites you to find your park.
Welcome back. Last week, we talked about the HALO, or the Habitation and Logistics Outpost, which is the size of a small studio apartment, and the PPE, or Solar Powered Propulsion Element, both being launched together in 2023. But as NASA Administrator Jim Bridenstien explains, this is not just an America alone project.
The first phase is speed. Those things that we were going to invest in 2025, 2026, 2027, we're going to move them up. We need to get EM1 off the ground in 2020. That's going to be a test of an uncrewed Orion crew capsule with a European service module around the moon. The Gateway is our ability to go to the moon fast, for sure, because of the power and propulsion element of the Gateway. We have more access to more parts of the moon than ever before. The moon is a proving ground. It's the best place for us to live and work on another world so that we can ultimately go to Mars. Know this: the new direction of putting humans on the moon in 2024 is not an America alone effort. We need all of our international partners. Our agency is up for it.
NASA Administrator Jim Bridenstien. Well, the space agency is fast-tracking us to a return to the moon to stay. Well, thanks for joining me today, and be sure to follow us on Facebook at aboutspace.today. And listen to our Friday news report, America in Space, with Rick Potluck from our Washington Bureau. And don't forget to share our program with your family and friends. Join me next week as we explore Hollywood at the International Space Station. I'm David Denault, and this has been About Space Today.